Yo, what's up, party people? Big Swarzarelli in the house. Yo, check it. What's going on, everybody, man? How's everybody doing in this crazy world? Chilling? I'm chilling. I'm always chilling. But I was gonna do this live. I went on live a few minutes ago, but it's late. I ain't think anybody was gonna come in, so I'm just gonna make this a video. Um, I might split it up into two half-hour videos. I might just do it all in one. Who knows? I do things on the fly, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna watch the interrogation of Predator Paul Westwood, who received 51 months in jail for solicitation of a girl and 36 months for pornographic images of kids after police raided his home PC. In this interview, this dude is trying to avoid jail, but this dude, his chat log is on Perverted Justice. I'll put a link to his chat log, but this dude's pretty bad, man. These predators are crazy. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with these predators? Before we get into this animal, Paul Westwood, we are going to fuel up. Now, today I got some really good A+ primo bud, but then over here I got some like blunt weed. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like a C. This is like an A+. This one's like a C. So what I did was I took a little of each and I ground it up together, and that makes it about a B-, which was always pretty good. I mean, it was good enough for me in school, so it's good enough for me to smoke B-. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. B-, B-. All right, y'all. So yeah, let's do this, man. Let's get into this. What's his name? Paul Westwood, Tim Westwood, Westwood, something. I don't be remembering these pedophiles' names, man. They're not worth my time. My next Predator video is gonna be the top 5 predators that I'd like to beat up. Some of them I just want. Some of them just deserve to get beat up. People say violence isn't the answer to any. Yes, it is. Let me tell you something. If you walked up to me and poured water on my head, and I just looked at you and said, you don't know what you're doing, man. You know, nothing's gonna, go in peace. Next time you get the urge to pour water over my head, you're gonna do it. Now, if you did the same thing and poured water over my head, and I knock your fucking teeth out, I guarantee you're not gonna pour water over my head again. All right, y'all, let's do it. Paul Westwood. All right, people of the party type. Let's watch Paul Westwood. First observations with the pause screen here is the way his arms are just straight at the side of his body like some kind of zombie. It's very weird, and his arms seem kind of long too. Like his fingertips are way below his pockets. I don't know. I just hate these motherfuckers, man. With a passion. With a passion. I can't stand a predator. Alright, before we start, you know what I gotta do. I hope y'all are doing it too. A lot of Predator stuff on YouTube has been starting to get taken down. Uh, Ever since YouTube started hating YouTubers, you know, it's hard to tell what you can make and what you can't, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. But so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split this up into two segments. So we'll watch it for about a half hour. Oh, by the way, cheers. Surprised my phone hasn't gone off. It never fails that it always goes off every time I record. All right, let's do this, man. Let's check out this pitiful, this pitiful, this pitiful Paul Westwood. If anybody knows what investigation he's from, let me know. Look at this bald head. I would just kick him right in his freaking chin. Put your foot down. I'll be trying to sit like a man. You know, man.
Hi, Paul. I'm Catherine Reed. I'm an agent with the Kentucky Bureau of
Agent Catherine Reed has one of the flattest butts I've ever seen. It's like her back stops at the top of her legs. That was the flattest booty I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even going to rewind it.
Investigation. This is Detective Tom Nishke with the Campbell County
Nishke.
Police Department. And they read you your rights earlier, and you know that you're under arrest, you're in custody, you're not going home tonight. But we need to take care of some housekeeping issues first. He did go over your rights, correct?
You don't got no rights.
And you understood.
You should get a right to the jaw.
Can I have your home address first?
Yes, my home address is 1 Pedophile Lane, Rape a Kid, Illinois, 66666. That's where his address is.
How long have you lived there?
Since January. I'm rooming with my sister right now.
So is it her home?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you share the whole house, or do you live in a certain part of it?
I share the house. I sleep in the basement.
You sleep in the basement?
I bet you his sister doesn't let him anywhere near upstairs. I bet he's a basement dweller. I bet they get along, but she's like, no, you can't come upstairs. I bet you some steps that go up like to a kitchen, whatever, to upstairs. I bet you if she's not home, it's locked. He can only go up there when she's there. I can tell. I can just tell.
Okay. So is that where you do most of your living?
Yeah.
The majority of it? Does she come into the basement where you stay?
Yeah, she has a craft room down there.
But is it separated? Is it one just big basement? How's that
Yeah, it's
laid
separated
out?
by a door. I have a back bedroom.
Okay, so there's a wall and a door that makes it distinct from her craft room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she trying to establish some kind of like he can do these bad things alone? Like, why she's so worried about if there's a wall there?
We need to get a phone number for you. And you said you've been there since January.
Where was he before that?
You said you lived in a house in Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay. Like in a subdivision, or is it? I've never been to Monroe, I couldn't say.
It's a subdivision in Monroe.
Okay. Is it like a 1-story, 2-story house, or?
One-story ranch.
One-story ranch.
Yeah.
So we're good to go. Do you have an emergency contact?
Yeah, my sister.
You want to give us
His
her name
emergency
and number?
contact is probably that dude from Subway. What's his name? Jared. He looks like he hang with Jared. Him and Jared probably play racquetball together at the YMCA. Why is that funny?
So you no longer live at this. It's on your
No.
driver's license.
Not since the end of '05.
Okay. Pete, you know that you're under arrest. We've
You already said
established
that. Come on.
And I'd like to talk to you about your situation. I'm sure that you have a side of your story, and I know what I've seen. I know what I've read about. I've looked at the chat logs, and
Me,
you came to Highland Heights.
me personally, if I knew that no matter what I said, I'm not going home. You're not going home, even if you somehow prove what you're saying is correct. You're still not going. The best you're gonna do is get out the next day. You know what I'm saying? You're not going home tonight. So why not just wait it out? Get your lawyer, tell him the story. He'll lie for you and do what he got to do. But I don't know these predators, man. I think they can weave a tapestry of lies. I think they can knit themselves a sweater of untruths and try to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? But they can't. They can't. Once they read them rights, you're not getting out till you see a judge, regardless.
To meet some.
I
But if you would like to talk to me about that, I would like to hear about it. But that's completely up to you.
I can fill you in.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to raise the volume up a little.
When I originally decided to do that, I was having second thoughts, and I had
This
a
dude's
feeling.
innocent demeanor belies the fucking
Just because I watched too many
debauchery
police
and
Mm-hmm.
disgustingness that
Now,
he
you said
displayed
when
towards
you
the
originally
decoy.
decided to do that.
It's a
what
totally
are we
different
talking
person.
about?
Well, I originally decided to make the trip around 5 or 6 this evening. So I went, I ran an errand, and I talked myself out of going. Went back home.
This motherfucker talking about he ran an errand. It don't look like he been running too much of anything. Look like if he takes
I
3
hooked up with her
steps, he's
again.
drenched in sweat.
Online?
Yeah,
Hooked up with who?
Kylie.
Kylie.
Yeah. And I decided to, I don't know why I decided to follow through on it.
Okay. What?
I should have. I've never done that before.
You've never met anybody in a chat room?
Well, I've met women in chat rooms, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I have friends in the chat rooms who are my age or a little younger, but not that young.
Not that young, being 13.
Right. Or
These
under 20. But they're all friends. And
It's always everybody's first time. Now, what if, it is there is the possibility that it is these people's first time doing it. There has to be a first time for everything. So, of course, we know most of them it wasn't their first time, but there has to be a percentage of all the predators that we've watched that it was their first time. I mean, it's impossible for it not You know what I'm saying? To not have happened. It has to be somebody's first time. And I mean, I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say probably 5% of all the predators that said it was their first time. I bet you at least 5% of them it was true. Has to be. There's no way that it cannot be uh at least one of them's first time doing this. Now some of them you could tell. I mean, this is not his first time. This is not his first time at the pedophile rodeo. You know what I'm saying? He's riding at the pedophile rodeo. You ride calves. You don't even ride full grown bulls. You ride little calves and shit. That's the pedophile rodeo. You ride calves.
You know, that we've all I've done is talk to them. I've exchanged with a few of them. I've exchanged phone numbers, and we've been uh, talking on and off for months. Sometimes I don't go into the chat room for a couple of days or a week because I'm busy and tired. On the weekends, sometimes I like to just relax and get on and chat with the friends of mine who are on there.
So where are you when you chat?
In my room.
At home?
Mm-hmm.
The address you gave us?
Yeah.
In the basement?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one PC, two?
One.
Okay. You have a webcam?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you use, like a PDA or Trio?
A what?
So
A
that you
trio.
can stay connected. Everybody's connected these days.
Just the cam and the computer.
Okay. So is it a PC or a laptop?
PC.
Did she say is it a PC or I think she means desktop or laptop.
When you started, do you have, like, go through like Yahoo to chat, or what do you go through to chat? I mean, what do you go through to chat?
Well,
I wonder what having sex with this female agent is like. She seems so non-sexual in any way possible. But I mean, she's having sex. She's definitely having sex. Hetero or lesbian, she's having sex. I, and just by the way she talks, and I've seen her in other interrogations. I bet she's crazy behind the door. When she you close the door, she's like, "All right, motherfucker, this is it." Got like a dildo hanging out her butt and electric wands, and I bet she got everything. I bet she got everything.
I go on a MySpace chat room.
MySpace, damn, this is old.
The Ohio MySpace chat room. That's where I've been recently.
Is that where you met Kylie?
Mhm.
Tell me how you found her.
Where are these chat rooms, man?
To tell you the truth, I'm not really sure. All I know is
Telling you,
that
I've
I'm in the
never
Ohio
bumped
chat
into a
room
13-year-old kid online.
Wow.
Never. Ever. In any chat room. I've never bumped
Somehow we
into a
just struck
kid.
up a conversation.
Like, how do they even do this?
We exchanged instant messenger IDs.
Don't pick your nose.
I think.
He's gonna eat it.
Well, we didn't
He just picks
chat
his
in
nose.
private until we went into the Yahoo.
I was raping a
Instant
kid,
messenger.
and
And exchanged information. Gave her my name and age. She seemed okay with it. As I said, I've never chatted with anyone in their 20s. But
But this time you were okay with her being 13.
yeah, it was just
how does that sound? I've never chatted
first
to
it was
anybody
regular
under
chat.
20.
We didn't really.
But just this one time you decided to go for 13. He's like, yeah. In her mind, he's like, this dude is such bullshit.
We didn't really get involved in special chats.
Special chats.
She mentioned that she was with a boy 2 years older than she was. Told me how that went.
You asked her how that went.
Mm-hmm. Off the top of my head, I don't know the specifics. All I know is, I asked her how it went and how she liked it, and what all they did together. And,
Disgusting. It's a little kid.
I just don't know what made me want to follow through on it. As I said, I left the house
Your penis
once
did.
and changed my mind, and kind of wish I stayed with my gut feeling.
Instead of your penis feeling.
Once you,
Go.
what did you all talk?
Some people just need to
talk
go
about
with their
before
gut. They
you
don't need to
came
go with their
home?
penis. He's one of these people that need to follow their gut, not their penis.
You had mentioned about special talk.
Yeah, what's
So
special
that you
chat?
didn't really have special chat in the beginning. What's special chat?
Well, what I considered special chats is
Cyber sex.
Pretending.
Special. That makes it sound creepy. Let's
role-play.
have a. Oh, we were just having special chats.
did you
That sounds
want
so
some,
creepy.
Early on.
Special chats. I got a special fist for him. I should just put a bow on my
What
fist
about
and punch him in the
before
mouth
you-
with it. Ain't that special?
I basically, when we set it back up, I basically asked her to wear a skirt. She told me when we originally decided to meet, we were going to meet at the bowling alley across the street. And she told me what she was going to wear. Told her what I was going to wear.
And there was a little more conversation than that prior to determining where you were going to meet about kissing and hugging.
Yeah, I was mentioning to her that I'm romantic. I'm compassionate.
What?
Um,
What the hell is he talking about? He's compassionate.
or I wouldn't mind kissing her.
Oh, did he say
Something like that.
compassionate or passionate?
Right, it went beyond that as well.
There's like,
Yeah.
like there's no reason ever to have the word passion in any conversation with a kid. Why would you have the? Why is there any reason to say the word passion? Unless you're saying, you lie with a passion or something. I don't know. But passion is just not a word that you use with kids, man. And his special chat, that sounds nasty. Dude said, we didn't really have special chats. You know what I'm saying? It sounds some super villain shit.
I don't remember what I said, to tell you the truth.
You know.
Do you chat a lot?
Do I chat a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with women my own age or in the neighborhood.
See, he just threw that in there.
So
She asked him,
you have a
do you
lot of
chat a lot?
cyber
All he had to say was,
chat.
yeah, I chat a lot.
Where you
That's
role
it.
play and
He's
talk
about
about
with women
sex.
my own age. He
Yeah,
had to throw that in
with
there.
women
Makes him sound like he's lying.
Over 25.
Well, let's talk about specifically what you said to
Yeah.
her, since you don't.
Let's get into
Remember.
specifics.
We just need some clarification. That's all we're looking for and I think you're being honest with us, and that's
Yeah.
all we're looking for.
Trying to be.
And
I just want to understand, where we were going with this.
I don't.
He's
and
like
if you
in her
can
butt.
explain it for me, then it makes things. I'm cool with it. He's cool with it.
To tell you the truth, I'm not saying I've never chatted before. You know, that's a given.
Yeah.
But as I said, I've never chatted with anyone under, I'll say 20 to be safe.
To be safe.
You know, most of the
He's
women I
lying.
are in their 30s and 40s.
He's lying.
And it's just, fun chat.
Well, let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk
What,
about this
screen
one.
name do you go by?
So in this chat, you
Yeah.
say
Or in MySpace.
Both.
MySpace is Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, that's what my MySpace ID is.
Paul. Just
Mhm.
Paul.
Yeah. In the Yahoo chat or in the Yahoo Instant Messenger, it's Pete with 11, but
What is it?
with an underscore between Pete and
do
Wood.
people still
one.
use
And
Yahoo Instant
chat
Messenger
that you-
in 2018?
And this is
Just
the person
curious.
you were talking with.
Yes.
Kylie, Kyllee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you recognize that.
Yeah.
And do you remember when you started chatting with Kylie?
I got a friend named Callie.
Yeah.
Probably in 1 to 2 weeks.
Do you usually talk to somebody that long?
That
I
long.
mean, yeah, over that amount of time? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of my friends I chat with almost every night.
So you consider her a friend?
He don't
Yeah.
he don't know how to answer that. He was like,
You talk about in your chat that you're a lonely guy. What's that about?
Well,
You said you've been living with your sister since January,
Yeah.
so
Well,
bring me up to that point.
Okay, I was married in 01. Married
when a
for
guy
4
says
years.
he's lonely, that means he hasn't fucked in a while. When a girl
Separated.
says she's lonely, that means
She
she
moved
just
back in with her family. I moved
misses company.
to
Like she
Westchester.
literally doesn't have any friends. That is a different.
And then I lived there
A
for
dude can
year.
have mad buddies,
And
but then he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm
January of
lonely,"
this
because
year,
he
we
ain't
moved
knocking no boots. We
Mhm.
need to, ladies, men need to knock boots.
My wife and I were very close for 2 of the 4 years, and we started drifting apart, and we're still friends, but we decided to separate. I'm in the middle of a divorce. I'm in the middle of filing for divorce.
You filed,
Yeah. I'm going to file. I've got the paperwork already.
so you're separated actually.
We've been separated a little over a year. But we're still friends. We still see each other,
Sounds like you're in between relationships.
basically.
Specifically, you talked to Kylie about,
About
and you say special chat.
I
If
hate
you're
that
on the
special
phone
chat
while we're both
shit.
alone. I'd love us to make each other feel good because I'm lonely tonight.
I'm
Where were
lonely
you?
tonight means
Well, basically a romantic chat.
Okay.
a romantic chat.
Do you recall having this conversation?
Not worth.
He's gonna have his romantic chat while
I
drinking
told
some
you that.
romantic roast.
Um,
That's
I
a
just
Married with
suggested
Children
that,
reference, by the way.
we could get together and cuddle on the couch, watch movies or watch TV.
Ugh, he's so
I
disgusting.
told her on a few occasions that I am kind of lonely and I don't have many friends. That's why I go into the chat rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Jerk.
And I thought we
Guy's
could
a
keep
jerk.
each other company.
You think you would have wanted more?
Hell yeah, he would have wanted more.
I don't know.
I mean, you're lonely. I understand. A lot of things are
I
on your
could see
mind.
what's on his mind through that big bald head of his.
Um, those are natural feelings.
That dude, look, his head is
I
so
understand.
white that it's almost clear. You know what I'm saying? Look at his
You
head.
think
It's
when you
like
got
I
out
can
there,
almost see through it. I can almost see the door on the other side.
being together and watching movies, you think there could have been a point where
Two got a clear
possibly
head.
could have went further?
Well, I would try to draw the line at cuddling.
Dude's head is clear.
In your chat,
Oh,
you
man.
specifically told her that you'd like to have oral sex.
One thing about oral sex, when I was a kid, and the first time I heard the term oral sex, I thought it was just when you and another person had a conversation about sex. You were having oral sex. You know what I'm saying? And then last week somebody just straightened me out, and I know what it is now.
So it probably would have went a little bit further.
And you
I know what oral sex is.
graphically talked about how you would do that in her breasts. You talked about staying the night. You talked about her being sexy in her nightgown. That you'd be rubbing her thighs, massaging and kissing
He's
her breasts.
disgusting.
And then you talked to her about if she had ever gone down on a guy, the guy that she had been with. And then you talk about that this aroused you, that you were ready to masturbate, to ejaculate from the conversation.
Yo, how
So-
disgusted must she be to have this type of conversation? Like this is one of the reasons why I couldn't be a cop. Because if I was a cop and I had to deal with these type of people all the time, 98% of the people that you run into you are lying to you. It would paint everyone in a bad color in your personal life, and it would just make you a miserable fuck. I think she's probably not fun to be around. But I could be wrong. She could be wild. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if I had to deal with people like this and talk to people the way she's talking to him right now, I would just hate everything.
You did expect to have something happen when you went to the house?
Yeah, but I don't know what would have happened. I would have just played it by ear.
But your intention was to have sex tonight, or oral sex.
If it went that far, yeah.
She should tase his ass right on his knee.
Well, did you bring anything with you? Anything special with you? Bring any movies or anything with you tonight?
No. Just that bag of pop.
Okay. Was that for you, or did she mention you to bring that, or?
No, it was for me.
Okay.
So were you going to stay the night?
No, it wasn't.
No.
No, I had made my mind up to not stay
But
the night.
I bet he said in the chat. I think he said in the chat he was gonna stay the
What
night.
made you change your
Yeah,
mind
change your mind.
about that? In the chat, you indicated that you would spend the night.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
you know what
I
made
was
him change his mind? He got arrested. That's what made him change his mind.
thinking about it coming down here, and I'm actively involved in my church, and I have obligations to
It makes you sound like such a hypocrite when you bring up your church stuff in
So
this
that would
stuff.
have made the difference. You could have came down here and had sex with her, but as long as you didn't stay the night,
Everything is cool.
it was okay.
Well, I wasn't planning to spend the night because I had plans for tomorrow. Anyway.
To go to church.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going to church tomorrow, buddy.
Is there any on your computer? I know you chat a lot, and you said nobody under 20. If that was ever looked at, would there be anybody else around the age of 13, 14 on there that you chatted with? That somebody looked at it?
There's a few around 15.
Okay. And have you ever tried to meet them?
No.
How long ago was that?
How long ago did I meet him?
Yeah. How long?
At least a year.
And what'd you guys talk about?
I'm pretty sure this dude got beat up in jail.
Just normal stuff, sports, school, activities.
Did you get into a little bit of the cybering too?
Not with most of them.
But you did with some of
With
them.
some. It was the same type of talk that you had here with Kylie. I think it's
With
also-
Kylie.
Basically the same.
Okay. On your computer, at your place there isn't any type of pictures of minors or anything on there, is there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you visit any type of, barely legal or anything like that?
Now, if it's barely
Not
legal,
websites or anything like that?
if it's barely legal, it's legal.
Okay, so nothing like that would be on there? Let's see.
What about, you said you had a webcam. Have you ever exchanged any explicit photographs or any pictures of you masturbating or while you're cybering? Have
No.
a more interactive situation where you can see them and they can see you,
Not with minors.
but it may be on your computer.
I'm not sure. I understand.
Photographs of you through the web.
Oh, it might be. I don't know. All I know about
Is
that
she
web-
asking him, are there videos of him? Does he have videos of himself masturbating on his computer? Is that what she asking him right now? Like, what does that prove if you have videos of yourself or like your own dick pic? You know what I'm saying? I wonder what she's getting at. Like, what does that prove?
The cam is that it's just a live feed. Doesn't save any still pictures.
But have you exposed yourself? I mean, genitalia or anything?
Not
like
to
that?
minors.
Not to minors.
Have you ever sent any pornographic pictures to other adults?
To other adults, yeah. The other
I
friends of
have
mine.
too. I've sent pornographic
At
pictures to
least-
adults,
Men, women.
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 So you term them as friends.
Mhm.
Okay. What sets them aside from someone who you may be interested in having a relationship, or are you
Well,
interested in all at any given
I
time?
am interested in one.
And the thing
specific.
is, I've only sent pictures like that to women I was interested in having sex with. And I think that's what most men. And these dudes, if they're sending pictures of their penis to these little kids, that means they want to bang these little kids. I mean, come on, man. Like, ugh. I don't believe like they think they can get out of this. That's what makes this so interesting is to listen to them lie. Like to listen to somebody lie for an hour, it, and watch somebody knowing it it's very entertaining. It's just very entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
Basically for a potential relationship. She lives in Oklahoma, and we basically talk every night. Not online, but we talk every night. We've chatted on her nights off.
Mm-hmm. And In this particular chat with Kylie, uh, there you referred to another person that you were chatting
that?
with. Do you remember who
No.
that was?
Yeah, she's 19. Um, her name is Brenda.
One thing that's never hardly addressed is the fact that there are a lot of kids out there, 14, 15, 16, that are doing this and that are banging these people because they want to. Like they're actively doing this. There is a segment of kids that are doing this and liking it. So as long as there's kids pushing it, there's gonna be people taking it. So it has to be hit. This problem has to be hit on both fronts. You know what I'm saying? It has to be hit on both sides, from coming from the parents to the kids, and it has to be hit with the getting these pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them do trick these kids too. That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing too. They groom them. But that, I mean, I just want to say that, you know, it does have to be hit from. I mean, I don't know if what percentage or if it's prevalent, but I mean, it has to be. I mean, just how life is. It has to be some kids that are doing this because they want to. And those motherfuckers need to be put in check also.
Is that her screen name, or is that her name that she's
Well, I
given you?
believe it's her name, because she also uses it as her screen name.
Just Brenda,
Mm-hmm.
no numbers or
No.
And that's the 19-year-old you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. From Oklahoma?
No, that one is a 47-year-old.
Okay.
So you don't discriminate as far as how old or young they are.
No.
No.
I'm going to be right back. I'll step up for a second. I'll
Yeah,
be right back.
Wait a minute. What just happened? What just happened? I'm gonna rewind it for a second.
Good chance.
Interested in having a relationship, or are you
Well,
interested in all at any given
I
time?
am interested in one specifically for a potential relationship. She lives in Oklahoma, and we basically talk every night. Not online, but we talk every night.
Mhm.
We've chatted on her nights off.
Mm-hmm. Now, in this particular chat with Kylie, there you referred to another person that you were chatting with. Do you remember who that
No.
was?
And yeah, she's 19. Her name is Brenda.
Is that her screen name, or is that her name that she's
Well, I
given you?
believe it's her name, because she also uses it as her screen name.
Just Brenda,
Mm-hmm.
no numbers or
No.
And that's the 19-year-old you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. From Oklahoma?
No.
I don't
that one's a
believe that
47-year-old.
there was somebody named Brenda.
So you don't discriminate as far as how old or young they are.
No.
See that? She don't know what to say. Yo, she
I'm
basically,
going to be right back. I'll step up for a second. I'll
Yeah.
she basically said you don't discriminate. Did you see that? He was like no, and she was just like, wow, like she was, she didn't know what to say. She started brushing off. She didn't know what to say. This dude like, I gotta go. Like that answer did something just now. Let's see. We're gonna watch this for probably about another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna break it up in half, and it's almost halfway done. So we're gonna take it to the halfway mark. But when he said no, did you the energy changed, man? The energy changed.
be right back.
Good chance I can get a glass of water.
Yeah,
I'll get you a glass of fist.
in a few minutes. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just
Fist
wanting
on
to
the
know
rocks.
what's going to happen from here.
Well, at this point, we're going
Slap the
to
shit out of you.
write up your citation, and we're gonna get you transported to the local jail, and then they'll process you there, and then you'll have an arraignment, and they'll set your bail. I don't know, that may be Monday before that happens or later. So you're gonna be spending the night at least.
So will I be able to, well, the two main questions I have is, am I going to be able to attend church
No.
tomorrow? And am I going to be able to go back to work on Monday?
You're not gonna be going to church.
You're not going to church tomorrow, buddy.
I can live with that.
I don't know about work. That's going to depend on when you're arraigned and when you're based.
Excuse me.
So I can't make any promises on that.
Okay.
That's an unknown right now.
One of my most important questions. I know I did something
You
wrong.
sure did.
Okay, I admit that.
You admit that you came to see a 13-year-old and have sex with them.
Yeah. And I feel bad about it.
I don't believe he does.
I can't explain it, but
He feels bad that he got
I
caught.
did something wrong.
He feels bad that he has to tell his sister
What I'm
and
driving
his
at
niece
is-
or nephew, whoever the kid is, that he's a pedophile.
Is my sister gonna
He's
be
not going to be able to
this?
stay where the kid is.
Not unless you tell her.
Okay, so you have no reason to bring my sister into this
Now,
situation.
we'd like to take a look at your computer if you wanted to give us consent to do
Yeah.
that. You know, we.
Does it have to be at the residence, or can I bring it somewhere for you guys to?
No,
Oh, you're gonna be in
you're
jail.
going to be in jail, son.
So, you know, we would have to be able to get access to that computer.
Look at his face.
You know, are you the only one that uses the computer?
You can see his
Or does
brain.
Your sister
No,
use it
that-
as well?
You can
That
see his
computer is
brain
mine.
cooking inside
She
through
has it.
through his
And it's
clear
in your
skull.
room
Yeah.
on the basement level of the
Mhm.
house.
Mhm.
And you say she has a computer,
She has her own laptop that she uses.
a laptop,
Yeah.
and where does she keep it?
On the main floor.
It's gonna suck
You're in
if they
her
have to
office
take
rather
his
than-
computer and her computer. Oh man, his sister's gonna be pissed.
What I was driving at is, it seems that she is gonna find out, because if you have to have access to the computer, you have to go to the residence to do it.
Right. Well, there's different ways to deal with this, and I mean, if you want to cooperate, you know, and give us consent to look at your computer, you know, we'll gladly take your consent to do
But what does
so.
that mean for his?
I
See,
just,
she's not answering this question. She's being slick.
I'm trying to kind of build my life back again. You know, I know this is a big
Oh.
setback.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah,
a
it's gonna be
setback?
tough for you, but you're doing the right thing.
But
I mean,
But
you're facing it head on, and
Oh.
you know that's the way to deal
what
with
I'm
things.
wanting not to do is have to explain any of this to my sister. I'm not trying to keep anything from her, but I'm trying to turn my life around.
You're
I'm trying
gonna go to jail, son.
recuperate from my divorce and get on my feet financially and otherwise.
Mhm. Why are you fearful for your sister to find out?
Well, I'm trying to, you know, I'm getting back into church, and she and I are bonding now, and we never did bond before.
Mhm.
You know, we had a
Yo,
we had
well,
our
your
lives,
sister is without you now because you want to bang kids.
Does she
I think
have-
I think I'm gonna lose her love and her trust if she finds out what I did and why I did it. That's kind of why I was.
You know, I can't promise you that she's not that.
Hell no, you can't promise.
You know, that's a part of you having to deal with moving forward and dealing with that. I can't promise you.
but like Agent Rita said early on, there's two routes you can come in here. You can sit here and tell us nothing and just be hardcore, or you can take the route you've taken and say, okay, I made a mistake. I can only go up now. And that's what you're doing. You're taking, you know, you're being open about it, and that's, to me, that means a lot. And you're heading straight forward. You're being upfront with us, and that's, a lot of times we don't get that. That speaks volumes. And I know you're active in the church, and I know you want to get your life around.
They
Like
try to make it
somebody's
sound
worked for you.
like
You go in there and say,
not waiving your rights
this or that.
is facing
but like
up
Agent Reed
to it.
says,
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not on this predator side at all.
we can't.
But I'm
tell
saying,
you
say if you robbed a bank
it's not your
and they
sister's
ask
not
you to
gonna
waive
do it.
your
I mean,
rights
she's obviously
and
gonna
talk to them. I would
find
respectfully
out
say I'm
when
not
you don't
gonna
come home
waive any of my rights.
that
I'm gonna
something's up.
Well,
do the
She's gonna
process
have
the way it's supposed to be
questions
done,
for you.
and
she's
I'll
Right.
talk to you
she's
after I
busy
consult
this
my
weekend. She's
lawyer.
not expected home until sometime
They
tomorrow.
shouldn't get mad at that. That shouldn't be held against you.
But
Do you have any
Don't give me the
kids?
fucking
Did
choice.
I miss that earlier? So you don't have any children. Does she?
no.
So,
Um, Well, as I said, she won't be scheduled home until tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, there's probably no way that she will not find out. I just don't know how I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't-
not their
I can-
problem,
I can tell her I
pedophile.
was arrested, and if she asks what for, I'm going to have to tell her the truth. I don't want to lie to my
That's
sister.
your call.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
call, and you're gonna have time to think about it before she gets
Hell
back.
yeah.
How you're gonna deal with that. And did you have a cell phone or anything with you when you
No,
came?
I don't have a cell phone.
So you don't own a cell phone at all?
No.
and your PC down in the basement.
What
with you,
kind of
that's the only
loser
PC.
doesn't
Is
have
there
a
enough
cell
PC in the
phone these
house?
days?
That's- well,
Even
the
a
other one's
flip
my
phone.
sister's, but this is the only one I use.
Okay.
I don't.
Is
So
it-
there's a laptop that she keeps upstairs.
She keeps upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Even
use- I
crackheads
only
have
use
$10
my
burner
PC.
phones.
Now, is there a separate entrance to the basement?
Of
that
course
you
he does.
use, or do you?
No, it goes upstairs into the kitchen.
Into the kitchen. That
So you
shit's
have to
locked,
come
like I
in-
said.
Where to get to your
I
Right.
come in through the garage.
See?
through the
and
garage?
into the kitchen and make a turn and go
Oh.
right downstairs.
So he has to go into the kitchen to get to the garage.
I guess the biggest thing is, I guess regarding consent, so which way you're on, so we kind of know which way to go.
I'm
with.
pretty high.
I mean, if you feel like you want to consent regarding, checking everything out, verifying everything, she has a form. It's up to you if you want to sign it or not. If you do, she'll have you sign it. If you want to consent to. You have your computer and stuff checked out. If not, but that's up to you.
Mhm. Is it gonna hurt my case if I refuse the consent?
No, it's your right.
It's your call.
That's
Your
why
call.
you. That's
I
why you
mean,
need to talk to your
consent-
lawyer first.
I'm
If
not
you
gonna-
want to say no, it's not gonna change.
You
what
don't
we've
even know what
talked
you need
about
to
here.
do.
You told
Pedophile.
me the truth. I'm cool with that. If you tell me no, I just take that blank paper back out the door. Or
We're gonna stop right there, y'all. We're gonna stop right there. This is about halfway through the interrogation. Alright, party people, that was part one of the interrogation of Predator Paul Westwood. He lives in his sister's basement, and by his comments during his interview, I can tell he's been a thorn in his sister's side his whole entire life. And then she finally taken him into the basement, and this is what he does, you know what I'm saying? And then he's not, I mean, if she has an underage kid, he's not going to be able to live there no more. You know what I'm saying? They can't trust him around kids. Would you trust him around kids? Look at his head. Head just looks like it's ready to rape. Dude got to rape his head. But, yeah. I'm going to upload part 2. And, hit the bell down below. Come on, y'all. Hit the bell. And subscribe to the channel. Did I just say channel? Subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments and stuff. Let's take one out of here. Ooh, stings the nostrils. All right, y'all. For real, man. Subscribe.